Hi everyone, there's a section in this routine where I'm going to use a weight. I'm only using the weight because I've got it, but it would be fine to use a tin of baked beans or maybe your bottle of water, your workout bottle of water, that might weigh a little bit more, or anything else in the house that you think would work as a weight. And if you haven't got one, it's fine too, it's just a short section and you can do it without it. So we're going to set up first, so let's come and stand tall and give the shoulders a few rolls and then set the shoulders down and back, and then draw the head back too, so we get a sense of the ear lining up with the shoulder and it's just being aligned all the way up there. So if we had a plumb line hanging down, everything, shoulder, hip, knee, side of the knee, so all the joints would line up with that plumb line. Finding our neutral spine, so rocking forward and back if you need to, or maybe not needing to so much these days, but finding that slight curve in your lower back, making sure then you haven't bent your knees like I do, so bringing length back into the legs and some tension into the abdominals. So let's begin to warm the body. We're going to circle the right arm back, it can be bent, circle the left arm back, and then circle both. So you might want to breathe in as you circle and leave the other arm at the front there, and then take both. Now, could you then begin to follow the hand with the eyes? So you'll notice then you get a little bit of rotation in your body. Don't do it on these. And that will start to warm your spine a little bit. You could also start to take the arms a bit longer. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's take a couple of roll down. So let's tuck the chin and roll slowly down through the spine. And then rolling back up. Now I'd like to see if we could do this to a count of 4 today. So we might not go quite as low, especially if you go slower. So we'll roll 1, 2, 3, 4 and roll up, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more. That kind of timing, just because we're going to sequence this with some other things, and that way you'll stay in time with me better. Stay at the top now, rise up onto the balls of the feet, bring the hands together if you can, and lower back down. And let's go again. Let's see if we can get arms and feet to move at the same time. Okay, let's put that together. So we're rolling down. Hang on, stay here. It starts with this. So bring hands forward. Shoulder circles. One shoulder, the other shoulder, both shoulders. Arms by your side, we roll down. 1, 2, 3, 4, we roll up, 2, 3, 4, we're going to lift and lower, one more, lift and lower, bring arms forward. So there's your sequence. So I won't count the roll down this time, but just count to about 4 in your head, 4 counts down, and 4 counts back up, and then 2 lifts, one more, and let's do it again. I seem to be getting worse at my balance, not better. Okay, so hold it there. Check you're still in good alignment. And if the belly's gone to sleep a little bit, draw it in now because you're going to need it in a moment. You're going to start tapping your right foot forward and back. If it feels good to let your arm swing, opposite arm forward, do that. If that feels confusing, just keep the arms still. Now you could stay with this, or when you feel ready, you could start to keep the leg lifted. See what I mean? I'm looking at myself as well. So legs swinging, but I don't want you to come out of neutral. So don't take the legs so high that your back flexes. Let's do one more and step down. You might have actually felt that more in the other leg. So let's change sides. Let's tap here. And then when you're ready, start to swing. You might just want to have a look at me. So if I do it badly for you once, this could happen if I allow myself to come out of neutral, whereas I want all this to stay still and the swing happen here. Now if you want to, you can hold on to something. Let's do one more and step in. Okay, it only gets harder, I'm afraid. So again, finding that posture, neutral spine. This time the right foot is tapping out and it taps across, out and across. Okay, and then you can probably imagine where I'm going with this. Perhaps take your arms out on this one so you've got a bit of help with your balance, and see if you can swing the leg out and in. So this stuff's really good for hip mobility. Obviously we're also getting some work on our balance too. Let's do one more and step down. Changing sides when you're ready. Across and out. And you might decide just to stay with this, or you can start to swing. And some of you do ballet, don't you? Adult ballet, so you'll be really good at this. Okay, and rest. All right, I've got one more for you. You're going to make a figure of 8, like I'm doing with my arm, but it's not going to be with your arm. You're going to see if you can do this with your leg. So the figure of 8, if you look at my hand, does this. And that's a shape we're seeing if we can make with our leg. So you're going to take your right knee in and out. So the figure of 8, I guess, is with your knee joint, your knee. So you're turning it in, you're turning it out. Turning it in, turning out. Just have a go. So my neighbour's dog, if you can hear that. Hold on to the wall if you need to. And rest. All right, reset again, posture. Let's have a go with the other leg. It might feel more smooth on one side to the other side. Okay, all right, well done. So you're going to lay on your front. Have hands under shoulders here. Okay, so we're going to extend one arm, extend the other, draw the first arm back, draw the second arm back. Okay, we're staying lifted. So let's do about 5 or 6 of these. So we could inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's keep the belly drawn in and the chin tucked. Now, on your next repetition, can you start with the other arm? One more time. And rest. Now, we're going to take that into a different exercise in a hover position or a plank position. If you don't want to kneel, or you find this too much for you, then I want you to repeat what we just did, okay? So you can do exactly what we just did laying down here. There was definitely work in that. Otherwise, you can push yourself up into a plank, on your knees or on your feet, keeping that spine in neutral. So just watch me briefly. You're going to walk down and walk up. Leading with the right arm, we're doing 4, or on your feet. So, can you keep your hips still as you do it? If your hips are moving terribly, come down to your knees. Rest back in shell stretch. And if you're on the floor laying down, you could come back to shell stretch here too. And then we're doing 4 more, but we're going to lead with our left arm this time. So we're coming down and up. Have your feet a bit wider. That will maybe help with balance and with hips. 1 more. And rest. Oh, okay, come and lay on your front. Bring hands under shoulders again. You need a bit of room in front of you here too. Lift legs and begin to flutter kick here. Now, you've got 3 rounds of this. This is round 1. If you can, you're going to reach 1 arm long. I don't mind which. Let's actually have palm down. We'll reach the arm really long and keep kicking. Bring the hand back. Now keep going if you can, or take a break. Just take a few seconds break if you need to. And then join back in. I'm heavy breathing. Now see if you can reach the other arm forward. Ooh. A little bit longer if you can. And rest. Oh. Stay here if you don't want to be on your knees. Push back and around the back if you're okay there. And we've got 1 more flutter kick. So we're coming back down. We're getting the legs going again, and your option this time is to extend the arms back, turn the thumbs out. We did that in the last routine, the arms here. Squeeze the shoulder blades and then race me, quick as you can. Eventually you'll just kind of lose control of your legs. So as many as you can, and rest. Come and lay on your backs. You need your weight or your item now, if you've got one. Have it nearby and come and bring your knees in. And then take your weight, your item, and just sit it on your chest here. Stack knees above hips and find your neutral spine. So do a few pelvic tilts if you need to find that. And then start to lower and lift each leg. Now you can work with straighter legs, or you can extend the leg out. We're doing 1 long set where we change it a little bit. We'll probably do 2 sets of this too. Okay, so once you've got the legs going, see if you can take the arms over the head as you extend the leg. See if you can breathe out as you do that. So as you breathe out, your belly button will come in more. That's like your anchor then, your abdominals. You want to make sure your lower back doesn't arch from extending the leg. You also want to make sure your upper back isn't arching, or mid back, from extending the arms. It should build up now. Now we're changing it again. The legs keep going. This time we're curling up towards the leg. Now, if you want a bit more, you wear your weight, your item, like a cap. So if you haven't got an item, maybe bring your hands to your ears instead. Let's do one more each side. And rest. Place that down for a second and drop your legs to me. So we're going to take a second set of that, and this is our only abdominal or purely focused exercise on the abdominals today. So you might decide to up your level a little bit. You might decide to straighten your legs a bit or extend them further away. Okay, so let's come back and reset. So you choose where you want to be with your legs so that at the end of this set, you really feel it in the abs. So we lower or we extend the leg. And we're doing, I don't know, 4 or 5 each leg. I do know, 4 or 5 each leg before we move on to our first change or our next change. Okay, so when you're ready now, as you extend the leg, taking the arms. Can you breathe out as you drop the leg? And are you still in neutral? So no change in either way. Lower back not flattening too much, not arching. Now if you need to take little breaks, just do it. You could even stop the video, couldn't you? Take a break. Keep going with the legs. Curl up. We're doing 4 more each side. Tongue behind top teeth if your neck is aching. Three more, or maybe 2 more. Yeah, 1 more. And rest. Whew. Put the weight down and take a stretch. And come and lay on your side now. Okay, so we're not in this forward position where I often put you. We're slightly further back. So you've got your feet in line with your hips, in line with your shoulders. All right, hand just in front. You're going to take your leg back and you're going to do pulses here. Okay, so you really want to squeeze your bottom as you do it. You can squeeze abs too. My legs are a little bit tired at the moment anyway. So I can feel this already, but we might need a bit longer. I can't ask you. So we're going to go for a bit longer. So we're firing up the bottom there. Right, bring the leg back in line. Have it a little higher. Now you're going to turn the knee in, turn the knee out. Think of the knee rather than the foot. So my foot is a bit higher than my knee. I think you can see that. So you turn in, you turn out. You turn in, you turn out. Do 1 more. Now straighten your leg, take it behind you again. Pulse with a straight leg behind you. If you can't feel it in your bottom, squeeze your bottom really tight. Okay, come back here again. And now we're going to see if we can do figure of 8 here. Now your figure of 8 this time is kind of going, that's your 8, going like that, in that direction. Something like that. So here's your figures of 8. It's my knee again making my figure of 8. Oof. Make it smooth if you can. Make it big if you can. One more. And rest. Now bring your legs right forward to me. So you've got a 90-degree angle here at your hip and your feet forward. This top leg here now is just going forward and back. Can you tighten your abdominals? And then you're going to start tapping. So you're doing arcs over. They're small. Tap, 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 tap. Bit of thigh in the front, bottom at the back. Okay. Can you do me one more set of this with the bottom leg off? Now, you might be laughing at me. But I can't see you, so I'm going to assume that you're loving it. But that should be hip and bottom a lot. Yeah, we're doing 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll give you some stretches in a moment. So spin yourself around. Set yourself up. Okay, so we've got the leg bent, weight a little forward, and we're pulsing back. We did quite a long set of this. Okay, so here's our turning in and turning out. No figure of 8 just yet. Turning in, turning out. Keeping the leg high if you can. Okay, straightening the leg, taking it back, pulsing again. So these bits here to the back, they're like your active recovery, I guess. You should still feel them, but not quite as much as the other stuff. Okay, bring the leg back, figure of 8. Oh, yeah, I can't work it out on this side. So it might take a few goes to work out your shape. It might end up just being 2 identical circles, but just see what you can do. And rest. Oh, I was much better on the other side. So bring legs forward, tighten, top leg tapping. Remember, it's a small movement, so I'm maybe tapping 4 inches in front of one foot, the toes, and 4 inches, maybe a bit more behind the heel. That's got to be getting you, I hope so. Okay, have a rest. And then if you can, the bottom leg is coming off. And we did about 15 before. The bottom leg should be still. I know mine's moving a little bit, but I'm not trying to move it. I think we're on about 8. 5 more. Did we do this many on the other side? 2 more. And rest. Oh. All right, come and lay on your back. Let's take 1 foot across your knee. Let's pick the legs up and feel the stretch there in the bottom. Okay, taking the same stretch on the other side. and then come and sit up. Taking another stretch here, so bringing your first leg over, hugging it in, and just sitting up and squeezing the knee in and the chest to your knee as much as you can. So the stretch is here more than it being a twist. Let's change. Let's take one leg wide and one leg bent. And you're going to turn your chest towards this leg and just come over it a little bit. So getting a stretch in the back of the leg, maybe the inner thigh, wherever you need it the most. You could then bring the hands in between both legs, so you stretch slightly different area. And then change. You're coming over the leg first. And then coming in more diagonally. Bringing legs wide, we often go here and just coming forward. And then coming up to your feet. So it should feel different around here. Let's just take one breath to finish. So we inhale, circle the arm and the other one. And then both. And then give yourself a big clap.